This is a position I found really helpful to stretch more of the lateral aspect of the quad. It will recreate sometimes some compression or pain around the lateral knee if you have a lot of lateral quad or IT band tightness. So you do have to be careful that you don't force your way into this too far, right? So I'll show you facing each way. So I'm going to be doing this with my top leg. I'm going to lie down on my side. My bottom leg I like to keep up in front of me some because it keeps my lower back a little bit more flat, which I'll show you from behind. And I want to start with a bend in my knee, and I like to kind of walk my foot back as far as I can get it, right? Now as my leg goes back, my whole pelvis is going to want to rock back, which is okay to get into the position, but when I go into the stretch, I'm going to be pulling my pelvis forward. So I'm going to pull my pelvis forward a little bit, and I'm actually going to turn my chest a little bit towards the ground. Now with my leg up in the air, I won't feel too much of anything. As I press my knee down towards the table, I'm going to start to feel pulling and tension coming down the outside anterior aspect of my hip and thigh. And if it's really stiff, I may even start to feel a little bit of pressure or discomfort on the outside of my knee, right? So this is a position where I'm going to come down to where I start to feel that, and then come up and relieve the pressure. Down to where I feel it, up to where it goes away. This is one that if I hold the position and it's really tight, typically it's going to recreate some compression and discomfort on the outside of my knee, and my knee is not going to be a big fan of that. So I want to make sure with this one, I typically like to go more in and out of it, just so that pressure doesn't build and I don't start to get pain or a lot of pressure on the outside of my knee. So you can see I bend my knee as much as I can, and I kind of walk my foot behind me as far as I can. I try to make sure it doesn't go with my lower back, so literally as soon as I keep my back rounded a little bit, I already start to feel some tightness. Raising up eases the tightness, pressing down brings on the tightness. If I press down and I squeeze my butt on that side, I feel even more. And then as I come all the way down, I feel it even into this kind of lateral aspect of my hip, which will be a little bit more of my TFL. So just a quick look at it from behind. Same concept, I kind of walk my foot back. Sometimes at home, if I'm on the floor, I may even kind of like, if there's the leg of my couch or something there, or even my coffee table, that's something I can catch my toe on to hold my foot in that position. And then same idea, I lift up to ease the pressure. I press down and squeeze my butt to bring on a little more pressure. Obviously, the more that I kind of angle that toe back, the more it's going to create a pull right down this, like I said, anterior lateral aspect of my hip and thigh, into the IT band, into the TFL. Just watch that you don't hold it for too long, because it's going to put some pressure on the outside of your knee. I'm really trying to watch that I'm not letting my lower back go like this, because then I don't feel anything pulling in my leg. When I flatten my lower back and kind of tense my stomach, now I start to feel that stretch build in the front of my hip. So it is important to make sure that either I create a little stomach tension or I at least feel like I'm kind of rounding in my lower back and mid back to isolate that stretch into my hip. And having the friction of your toe kind of catching into the floor or catching against the leg of a table really helps so that when I flex my stomach, my toe doesn't come forward and the stretch goes away.